Hi friends, hello and welcome back to another live here on the Patreon group. Okay, I'm gonna grab open the thing here. I think all the cats are gonna join me, of course. Of course. Today is the 20th. Alrighty. Oh no, they're leaving, that's good. Well, one is. Hi everyone. Hi and happy Tuesday. Coming at you today from a bright and sunny Michigan day, which feels really good, like a breath of fresh air. All right, Kat, let me move this stuff so you don't knock everything over. There you go. There you go. It's all you, man. How's everybody doing today? Hello, hello. Yeah, how's everyone doing today? Is it blurry? It is blurry. Hold on, let me see if my camera, is it my camera or is it my... All right, let's see if that fixes it. It's either my camera or it's my video. Oh no, I think it was just my iPad. So, yay, yes, I'm glad to hear it too. I'm so happy for the sun. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So today we're going to be working on two layouts together, story number 16 and 17. They should be fun. I'm excited for these. I'm excited to get these done. I still haven't done my journaling and my photos from yesterday yet. I'm going to do that, I think, this evening. Well, I have to because we're working on those ones tomorrow together. So I'm going to work on that later this evening and then figuring out whatever other story I need to tell, I think actually tomorrow. My story for today, for what is today, the 20th of December, is an idea that came to me from the chat that I had with Amy Gretchen last week. So she was talking about adding in notes and adding in like things from like things that you have written, you know, maybe it's like a grocery list or a recipe or a to-do list or whatever. And I use this planner. This is a daily, well, it looks like this because I print it myself, but eventually next year it will look like, let me grab the real one. Ooh, this. So one of the things that I have been testing out for the last 3 months is the daily passion planner, and I love it. I love it. I actually use the daily and the weekly together, and I'm planning to do a video here soon for YouTube that explains how all of the planners and how it all works together. One as a tool for, so like my weekly planner is a tool for my daily planner, if that makes sense. And then my journal is a tool for memory keeping and all that sort of things. Anyway, so starting in January, I'm going to be using the real book. But for the last 3 months, I have been printing out the free printables because Passion Planner gives you all of the printables for all of the pages in all of their books. So you can test them out before actually purchasing. So every week I put together a little packet for the 7 days that makes up the week. So this is 7 days of a daily journal. And then inside my pages, I, have all these different sections that I fill out. And I'll go into more detail about this when we put the layout together tomorrow. But what I'm planning to do is to put the one from this week leading up to Christmas. So this one goes from the 19th to the 25th. This I'm going to actually put into my album, and it will live on story 20. So we're going to get the whole thing set up for it tomorrow. But I'm still carrying this around with me for now for the next 6 days so I can actually plan out my days. Anyway, so I don't know why I brought that up. Oh, because that's just my story for today. That's all I have to do. I don't really have any pictures I need to worry about or journaling I need to worry about. This is going to be the journaling, and then I printed the next one, which I think tomorrow I'll show you guys. Ouch, how that works. Maybe. Anyway, okay, I'm going to put this away. Let me put this away. It's just on my desk. So today, today we're working on Fridays and Saturdays. I'm going to go ahead and get myself situated here so we can turn over to desk view. And I think that's really all I've got. So let's go ahead and flip over to the desk and we'll get started. So here we go. Hi, Kelly. I'm glad you're able to be here too. Hi, welcome. Who else do we have here? We've got Sarah. So you're doing your wrapping, and your son comes back tomorrow morning, so you have to do it today. That's good motivation to get it done. And Etienne, you're still messing with the cut file from yesterday. Oh, I'm glad your page looks cute though. That's always more exciting, I think, when it's starting to work out, or at least it's something that you're excited about while you're working through it, especially if it is a layout that's a little bit more intricate, you know. I feel like, let me adjust here just real quick. Sorry. I totally paper cut myself. Gosh darn it. Oh, so dumb. Oh, Emma, so you have a daily that you set up. You split the day into two, so you get 2 days per page. So do you on the, I guess my question is, on this side, the space of infinite possibility, is that where you're setting up your other day? Is just on that side? So then you've got like the day here and then another day here? Or are you using the digital and you just like, you know, adjusted it so that you have 2 days? Because that's a good idea too. Okay, so here we go. Let's get started with story 16. Story 16. Okay, so for this day, my prompts, we'll start with the prompts. For the design, I knew I was going to be working with stars because I drew out stars. And then for my journaling, I drew out current observations. Now on Friday, we went in the evening to my sister's house and went to the zoo in their area to see the zoo lights. So I was originally thinking, ooh, I'm going to print a big photo of us at the zoo lights, and that will be my main photo. And I have a photo that we took together. My mom took it for us, where it's Aaron, me, and the kids. My kids were kind of like grumpy, you know, neither one of them wanted to look at the camera, pout faces. It was blurry, a little hard to see, but still usable. And I still could have blown it up and made it into a full page photo as my foundation and used that. But then we went back to my sister's house after the lights, and my husband, I'm actually gonna close my door in case he has meetings, speaking of husband. So he and his friends, really brothers-in-laws and friends, get together once a month to do a guys' night where they play Dungeons and Dragons together. So they were getting together at my sister's house. So when we got back, we decided, me and the kids, we'll just hang out and have a movie night with my sister up in her room while the guys play their game. So I ended up catching a picture of all the guys at the table playing Dungeons and Dragons. And then before we went to Lansing to the zoo, it started to snow. So it actually snowed while we were there. It was very magical, very like Christmassy festive. So in the driveway, as we're getting ready to like get into the car to leave, my kids were running around in the driveway with their heads like facing up towards the sky, tongues out, trying to catch snowflakes on their tongues. So ultimately, with this story, I ended up with 3 potential photos. So one of the guys playing the game, one of our family at the zoo lights, and one of my kids catching snowflakes on their tongues. So I actually had Aaron come up to my studio and I asked him to help me narrow it down to which photo. And I asked him the question, and here's a question I'll ask for you as well as you are going through the photos that you want to add into your album. I asked him this. I said, when we look back on this album in 5-10 years from now, what photo is going to be the most meaningful? You know, what photo are we going to be most glad that we've added into this album? Maybe what shows the stage of life the best? And what we landed on, what we decided to go with, was the photo of all the guys playing Dungeons and Dragons at the table, primarily because this album is already full of pictures of my kids catching snowflakes on their tongue. I have years of that same picture. And even though it would be really nice to have the same picture every single year, where as they're getting older, you know, blah, 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 I'm okay passing up on that. And then also the zoo lights, while it was a great picture of Aaron and I, my kids were grumpy. And yes, that shows the stage of life we're in also. But ultimately, I was like, in 10 years, it would be so cool to look back on this picture of you and your friends and my brother-in-laws and see this thing that you guys did that was so important to you. And also to see, like, you know, I love seeing pictures of my parents with their friends who I know, and they're kind of like aunts and uncles to me now, when they were so young. It's really cool to see those pictures. So ultimately, we went with this photo here. So this is all of the guys sitting at their dining room table playing their game. It is very busy. It's a very, very busy photo, which is, I think, in the beginning, why I wasn't so sure if I wanted to use it, because it was so busy. But whether or not something is compositionally great, ultimately, I think the photo and the people in the photo is going to be much more meaningful than having a picture that looks super beautiful, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to take you through that thought process, because I know sometimes it's really hard to narrow down to what is the one picture from this big event that I'm going to use, and what are some reasons why you choose one photo over the other. So for me, that was it for this one. So I've got the large photo, and that's going to be the major part of this story and the foundation on which my story will be built. The idea I came up with for documenting the story, I'm going to pull this out while I'm talking here. The idea I came up with was to create some kind of interactive spread where I'm pulling out a bunch of these labels, these gold trimmed labels, and I pulled 25 through 31 because I'm probably not going to use this on the 25th. It'll be fine. And I wanted to keep, 1 through 10 or 1 through 20 because I think that's kind of fun to have a list. But ultimately, I could have used more of the 20 numbers as well. So I have a total of 7 of these that I've pulled out. I already printed out my journaling on each of them. And then what I want to do is attach some of these plastic stars to the top of them, which actually I might just go ahead and we can just go ahead and do that right now. And then the idea is to cut little slits in the photo here that these can slip down into with the star on top. So when you look at the photo, it'll be the photo with a bunch of stars, but then you can pull out the stars to get to the journaling. And essentially that's pretty much it. Okay, so a couple things. First of all, because my prompt was observations or current observations, I went into my stash of stamps and pulled out the currently story stamp. It has the actual prompt on here, current observations, but that's not going to fit onto the label. So what I'm going to do is take this sentiment, I'm going to cut it in half. So I'm going to separate the word current from the word observations so I can just stamp the word observations. So to cut this in half, what I'm going to do is kind of curve them so that the words are separating at the bottom. And I'm using precision scissors to get really tight in between the words themselves so I can cut it and not obscure any of them. I hope that makes sense. It'll just take me a hot second to get this all separated out. So I'm just kind of like shimmying my scissors into there. Okay, that should be good. All right, so then I can just put the word current back. And we're just going to use the word observations. So we'll grab this. I did use the digital version of this stamp in order to measure out how much space I was going to need. Although I could have also just taken a ruler and been like, oh, this stamp is, you know, roughly 1.75. So start my journaling 1.75 inches into the label itself. All right, let's grab some black ink here. And we're gonna just put this word in. So I'm gonna stamp this into all 7 of these labels. We'll do that first. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's also, if you don't have the currently story stamp, but you have some of the older ones, the watch story stamp also has the word observations. I think it's a little bit bigger, if I remember right. And it's like scripty. I really liked how this one was bold, uppercase, sans serif font. Okay, so there's that. We'll wipe this down and put it away. Okay, so we've got that. All right, so then let's put this back. All right, so then I'm gonna maybe put these in order. So there's like 31. I don't remember if I wrote them in order, but just in case I did, you know. 30, 29, 28, 20. Where's 27? Did I miss one? Oh, you know what? Okay, I know what I did. I did have 27, but then I accidentally folded it and ruined it after I printed on it. So I just printed again on a 21. Because again, I figured if I kept 1 through 20, that's probably good enough for any other random story I'd want to tell. All right, and then we'll set that to the side. That's my number idea there. And then we've got all these. So I'm going to take the plastic off the back of all of these. This one I want to put in the middle. So I think what I'm going to do is just tiny attacher them. I have enough tiny attacher staples. I need to go get some more. Do you guys know if does Michaels carry tiny attacher staples? Do you know? Okay, so we'll do that. Kind of liked the way I had it on the computer. I'm gonna find out if that's the let's see here. Okay, yeah, because I liked I liked where all of them were. Okay, so black next over the 26. And the plastic, although they are transparent, these stars, the plastic is generally thick enough to cover up the number underneath, so you don't even see the number. Okay, and then I want you. This one says, seeking joy this holiday season. Okay, then I want the stripe. You also do not have to type on these, because I know that's a little finicky to you know, print off the template and then adhere them all down, because I do print them individually, one at a time. So you don't have to do that. You could also just handwrite on them, and that would look really good too. Okay. And we've got this like snowflake looking one, so pretty. Okay. Please have 2 more. 2 more staples. We can do it. This one says, make it merry. And This one is just a stripe. So that on here. Okay, now as I'm stapling those on, something I do want to mention is I am putting the star down maybe about 1/2 inch on the label itself. And then I'm stapling it closer to the top. So you can see that there is a section here where when it slides into the photo, it can actually latch onto the photo. Do you see that? So that it'll stop it from going down all of the way. But it doesn't stop it, you know, right here where you might still see the label underneath. I wanted it to slip behind the star. I don't know if that makes sense, but there we go. Okay, so we've got these stars. This would also be really cute in some kind of pocket, you know, where you could put them. Oh, like Susan, she did that tiny little pocket on the end of her album. And then you could just like stick them into the cute little pocket. Yes, Mallory, exactly, like little wands, you know, like that's super cute. Okay, so what I need to figure out is placement. And then I'm also going to grab my craft knife because, oh gosh, I can never find this thing. I always have to come over here, dig around. Here you are. Because that's how I'm going to cut the slits, is with the craft knife and my metal ruler. So I suppose the first one that's going to be on here, I think is going to be right here. So what I might do is grab maybe like a Sharpie pen. We'll see if this works. We'll do a Sharpie pen, and maybe I will just put 2 little dots on here or something. Maybe not. What do I want to do? How do I want to do this? Well, I suppose, okay, if it's going here, I think I will just do that. Okay, we'll see what happens. All right, so if I put this here, these are roughly 1/2 inch. So I think I'll just try to do it as straight as I can. And I need the opposite side. So I can figure out okay, that's probably fine. All right, so I need this to be maybe like from here to, am I doing this on the wrong side? No, that's right. Like a little bit past. Did that cut through? Yeah, it did. Okay, so green. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, that'll be cute. All right, so we've got you. I probably could have made that even higher up. That's fine. So green. Then I want this one to go next. So let's go maybe like up by Cupid. I don't know. It's hard to, okay, we'll say that maybe there might be a better way to think about, oh wait, that's the wrong one. There might be a different way to think about like how to get these in there also. It'll be interesting to see how to find those slits. Well, I guess we'll find out, right? It'll be okay. I'll be the guinea pig for you. All right, so you, I want right here. Okay. All right, next one, I want to go down. So maybe like, somewhere in here. All right, and then this one, I think I want to go like further down, like here maybe. So just totally 100% making this up. I feel like that did not cut all the way through. Okay, so there we go. So there's a bunch of those. Yay. All right, now I got to do the opposite side, and we're going to do our best to try and make these even with the opposite side. We'll see how it goes. Looking maybe like right here. Apparently, I need to press harder. There we go. Okay. All right. Some of these sentiments I really liked, especially this one that says this magic is something we make, for a couple of reasons. One, the, you know, wild lights, or not, it's not wild lights, it's whatever their lights are called. You know, we made that happen and that was magical, blah, blah, blah. Like, of course, you know that story. But also with the guys playing Dungeons and Dragons, if you've never heard of Dungeons and Dragons or you don't know what it is, it's essentially a role-playing game. So everybody is a character and there's a dungeon master who makes up a storyline essentially, to put the participants through different scenarios. So it is, sometimes there's like a guide that you can use. So for this particular game, their friend, one of the friends is a dungeon master for the first time. So he's using a book to kind of help him make the story. Whereas normally the friend over here is the one who does the dungeon mastering. He's been doing it for years. He's pretty seasoned. So he totally makes up his own stories and it's a riot to listen to. But it's still like scenarios and stuff that are made up. So to me, I was like, that's, you know, magic is something we make. And that is magic that they're making. That's for sure. Okay, there we go. So the stars are all in. I will have to think about how am I going to add these stars back in when I take the labels out once it's adhered back to back with another page. But we'll think about that later. Now the other thing I was going to do is put one more star into the middle of the photo here. I'll just add a little bit of adhesive and then we'll put the number inside the star and that will that's pretty much it for this one. I do need to hole punch it on this side. But tweezers. Oh, where did I put those? Did I put them in this cup? Yes, I did. I've been working on projects and bringing stuff all over the house so I can be in the room with everybody as they're home on vacation, and I keep misplacing things. Okay, so there's that, and then I'm going to use this gold number 16 in the middle. I think I'll just add roller adhesive to it. That should be fine. Plenty sticky enough. Okay. There's that. These gold ones are from like 2020, I think, or maybe 2019. Old, very old. All right, so there's number 16. Do I want to, oh, I probably could have done that to make the lighting better for you. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm thinking I might want to add like a little something on here. I don't need this anymore. Put that to the side. And let's just think about, do I want to put anything over the 16? Got like tiny phrase stickers. Like, do I want I saw the word friends. I swear I saw the word friends, but oh, I did. Okay, I'm like, man, I must be like seeing things. Don't want that color. I was thinking about maybe doing a tiny phrase sticker across the 16, but I don't really have anything that really, okay, I've got this holiday season. It's not bad. Or, ooh, maybe one of these. The Naughty List, an awesome merry mess. I kind of like that. All right, let's do it. Because that's exactly what this table looks like. It's an awesome merry mess. Okay, I want to get a little tiny foam tape dot so that it's all, so that it rests at the same level. So like I'm going to put one on each end of this little strip. And you'll see what I mean. Yeah. That way it's all level. And there we go. So an awesome merry mess, day 16. Oh, it's really cute. All right, so let's hole punch this. So I do need to do that so we can get it all in. When I hole punch it, I'm going to go ahead and take these back out because I don't want to accidentally hole punch one of them. That would be very tragic. And then we'll take care of it. Okay. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and put together the next one, so day 17, and then maybe we will together adhere the 2 pages together so that we can figure out the whole interactive piece with each other. Because I think probably once I do that, I'll be able to see. like one idea I've got is maybe what I could do, because I see, Emma, that you're saying maybe use some foam tape. And I could, but I'm trying, I don't know. So here's the thing is I'm trying to see if I can still make it into one album. So I'm trying not to add too much bulk. But maybe what I could do, the next page is pretty thin that's going behind it. So I should still be able to, like even when there's an extra photo, I should still be able to push up on it. Oh, but will that? Because I'm like, maybe. I'll have to think about it. we'll have to think about it. We'll figure it out. We're going to figure it out together. But for now, let's just shove these guys back in and move on to the next one. But foam tape would work. So, you know, if this is an idea, you're like, yeah, I want to do something like that. Foam tape would work for sure. If you don't, you know, if you don't mind the bulk. Okay. All right, so setting this to the side until I'm ready for it again. Also, you can go ahead and adhere this one down too. So I've got the next little tiny photo. This one actually was the picture that I was debating on using of our family at the light show. So you can see, you know, the little, when you look close at it, you can see the little like soldiers lights and all of that. Is that going to be thin enough? Yes. And then I just need a little bit more off the bottom. So I still have, you know, a visual representation of going to the zoo lights. It's just not blown up where it is grainy, and you can see that my kids are, you know, in the best of mood. So works for me. Okay, so there's that one. Now, let's move on to story 17. Story 17, the design prompt I pulled out for this one is swivel, a swivel feature. And then the journaling prompt was, this makes me feel merry. Now, I actually don't have my journaling done for this one. I need to actually put the layout together, and then I can do my journaling after that. So I'm going to fill out my journaling after we're done with the live today, just because it does take me a minute to think about what I want to say. And I'm going to be handwriting it, so that, you know, takes me even longer. So I'm going to do that off camera, but I do need to get this thing assembled first. So the idea I had for this, sometimes when I'm working on different layouts, I know that there are supplies I want to use. For example, I knew that I wanted to use this one, this craft paper, this craft paper. I wanted to use this. What I love is that the tag shapes on the craft paper match up to the tag shapes that come in many of the different kit components. So we've got the gold rimmed ones, that those fit on there. We've got these hand-drawn frames, those fit on there. And I think that's it I have for those. So that I knew for sure I wanted to do. You know, I'm also going to pull up the digital version of this because it is fairly intricate. There we go. To remember where it all goes. Okay, so my idea for this was to print photos to go over many of these tag shapes, and then to overlay them with a vellum tag that either has journaling or an embellishment on top of it or title, and then to use a a brad to attach it so that it swivels and you can see the photos more clearly underneath. So I'm going to kind of pile things up here first so I know where it all is. Now there are only 8 of these vellum tag shapes and there are more than 8 tags. So I also pulled out some of these plastic overlays. So this one that has these handwritten words and this one that says, "Oh, what fun," repeated. These are both from the Paisley Press mini kit. I also have the repeated joy gold foil word. I think this was from maybe an add-on transparency journaling card pack. I have this tag shape that says "This Merry Moment" from, I don't know, like a long time ago, 2019, 2018. Or it could have been last year. I don't remember, but it's from a while ago. A couple of different die cuts that I'm thinking of layering up here. These I'm not using, but I left in the container here just to show you that you can actually use some of the different components. You can cut off portions. So this says, "May your days be merry and bright." You can actually fussy cut off the word "merry" and "bright" to use as your title. I'm going to be using an acrylic word that says "merry" and "bright." But just wanted to show you that that is available in the die cut pack if you have that too. So you could have the same exact title. These also work nicely in the tags. So you can, layer this "All Things Merry and Bright" fits in the tag really cute. I've got this older Merry and Bright circle piece here. So just different things that I was trying to decide, what do I want to put on the tags? What do I not want to put on the tags? Blah, blah, blah. I did ultimately pull out a wood veneer that says "Have a Very Merry Christmas." This was from Colorcast Design. I think it was Colorcast Design and Carrie Bradford's studio teamed up a couple years back, or maybe it was last year. So I have that piece. My December 17 is from a really old Feed Your Craft collection. I have this Merry and Bright metal piece, which actually I'm not using, but I thought that would be really cute also, and it fits at the end of the tag or in the middle of the tag. That's a cute thing too. So just playing with different textures. I have Eat, Drink, and Be Merry. That was from the Paisley Press kit. And I think that might be, and A Merry Mess, which was also from the Paisley Press kit. So then, whoops, my tiny photo fell. So we'll add that later into the, let's add that now. Because it's right here, we might as well. So I'll stick this on here, and that way the calendar portion is done. So then what I did is I took the digital version of this paper and, I forgot this is gonna be too big. And that's good. And then I turned it into like I isolated one of the tags, and then I used that as a layer or a layer template for my photos. So I could then clip my photos into that tag shape in order to make them the exact right size. So processes, right? So a lot of that took place digitally, and now we get to put it together in real life, and it will be fun. So, but I am noticing that when I put these on here, it covers completely the gold foil outline. So I actually might trim these just slightly smaller, so I still get a little bit of that gold foiling around the edge. So I think I'll do that first. Or I might just take off like a sliver, basically. This one's gonna go off the edge. So then, let's see if that, so that allows me to use that gold foil. Yay. I also want to go ahead and hole punch these. I'm going to use star brads, and I'm hoping that those will that those will be thick enough to hold everything together, because the holes on these were already pretty big. So, you know, we'll see how that works. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is trim and add as we go. Trim, add, embellish. It'll be fun. Little assembly line kind of this. So this story specifically is celebrating Christmas with my sister and her husband Axel before they went to Mexico. They are currently in Mexico spending Christmas with his family there. For the first time, my brother-in-law has not been home for Christmas since 2016. So I know they were really looking forward to it. So lots of pictures from family Christmas. Now, I tried my best to angle them in such a way that you're going to be able to see them, or you can see the most important parts of the photos. And they're all different kinds of things. So I've got like this picture right here that I'm trimming is Isabella and my dad sitting on the couch together watching football, which, you know, Izzy doesn't really, we don't watch a whole lot of football. She doesn't really understand football. I think it was time for us to go and she didn't want to go. My dad was sitting on the couch watching football, so she went over with him and he was like explaining the game to her, and it was really cute. So that's that one. I'm going to layer on top of this the gold foil, and then let's find out if Star Brads will work. Oh, you know what? I've got these ones that are even bigger. So let's do that. These are silver stars, which I know we've got gold, but the silver is big enough to hold it on. Whereas I think this one might be cutting it a little too close, a little too small, the glitter ones. Yeah, the glitter ones are a little too small. So I also have these, but you're also kind of small. I'd rather have a star. Those are some, like, what's that material called? Brass. I'm like, there's a name. Brass. They are brass hearts from the, I think, Connect story kit from a couple years back. A year back? I don't know. I lose track of time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, stick this on here with that star. Angle it. There we go. Okay. So we'll brad that on there. And then with the tag positioned, I'm also going to trim the tag. Some of the bonus pieces I'm going to keep in case I want to use it for some of them that are off, you know, like these probably won't be big enough. But, you know, there's like these sections, like this section needs something, but this is too small. Okay, so there is that one. This one I'm going to add handwriting to. So this will be a journaling tag for the story. Singing silver and gold. Yes. Okay, let me see here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, this would be really good for Christmas Day, this type of layout, because you could get lots of photos on it and then also add journaling on it, and it's only one page, you know, which is kind of nice. I've been trying to do that a lot to, which one do I want to do next? To have my pages be kind of a one and done kind of thing. If I can help it, you know. we'll see if that actually makes any difference for the thickness of my album. We shall see. Okay, I think that should be fine. So let's punch this out. All right, so tape. So I guess I just needed to trim it a little bit more on the sides, but the top is probably fine. So what are some of the stories that you guys are telling this week? Mallory, I love that you share your layouts in the Facebook group too. I always look forward to seeing them. It's, you know, because like on Instagram, we don't always see everything on Instagram. We don't always see the people we care about, you know, so it's nice that you post it there because then I always get to see it and it's awesome. All right, this is going to be light green. Yes, light green is going here. And I guess I might as well just pull a bunch of these out. No, I was gonna see if I could punch that with the thing itself. I probably shouldn't risk it. Just okay. All right, so we're going to hold this in place. And trim off the excess. This is so awkward. There we go. All right. Are you big enough for down here? You are if I need it. Excellent. Okay. So this one, I want to add this little eat, drink, and be merry in the tag. Do you have backing? That would be excellent. Yes. Yes, you do. Okay, so eat, drink, be merry, which is going on top of some, these are cherry cheesecake cookie cupcake things. They're so good. So it's, I'll explain. So in a cupcake muffin, you put a dollop of cookie dough, like chocolate chip cookie dough. So it fills maybe the bottom, maybe half of the cupcake liner. Like when you bake it, the cookie is about half of the cupcake. Then you make some cheesecake, just, you know, plain cheesecake, and you fill the rest of the muffin tin with the cheesecake, and then you bake the whole thing. So the bottom is a cookie, the top is a cheesecake. You bring it out and you let it cool down, and as it cools, the center of it kind of like folds in, you know, like creates this little dip in the top. So then you get some cherries, like the maraschino cherries, whatever. Cherries. You get some cherries and with the sauce, and you put a couple of them on top and drizzle the sauce on top. And then it's like this little cookie cheesecake cherry delicious. It's so good. It's so good. I think my mom kept the original recipe. It was my grandma's. Technically, it wasn't my grandma's. She, I think, got it out of a magazine and made a copy of it, and then hand wrote at the top, like, so good. You know, like in her handwriting, like these are so good. And that's the recipe that we all have now to this day with my grandma's handwriting that just says these are so good, because they are so darn good. Okay, so next is this one of the kids' opening presents. That's going to go here. My plan for this spot is to use this transparency. So that's another option rather than using all the vellum, right, is to use some of the transparency. I think what I'm going to do is use a tag shape to cut this into a corner for the tag, like so. Oh, I guess I need it on the other side too. I don't have to cut it all the way though, so maybe I'll just do like that, because then when I trim it off, that part will trim off. And then what I think I'm going to do is just staple this on. I wonder, does this reach? Not quite, but it'll reach this way. Do I want to staple you on? I think I do. Or actually, no, because I can brad it on, right? That's the whole point of this. Never mind. I'm not going to staple it, but you can staple it. So instead, I'm going to just poke a hole there and stick those down in. Okay. There we go. Almost forgot what I was doing. Okay, so then we'll move that into position and trim off the rest here. Okay, so that gives me that, and I love the way that it looks on the craft. Now, because I'm pretty sure I'm putting another piece of it up here. Yeah, so I wanted to leave enough that it can fit up there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right, so that's that one. Next, I've got this one of the kids opening presents. We only opened presents to or from my sister and Axel, even though we were at my parents'. So the kids were, going under the tree trying to find all the gifts that had their names on it and all that good stuff. It's cute. They're very, very, very excited about Christmas this year. Which I certainly love. Okay. What is it? You got Advent, what's in your cup, a fun, silly family photo, shoot with the Christmas glasses, around here, puzzle, and hopefully ice skating. That's amazing. You guys are totally taking advantage of your week off, and I love it. I love it. Okay. All right, so this one's getting another one of the gold. Some of them I am leaving unembellished because there's just not a lot of room. And I also thought it would be good to have some of the tags just be more plain. Okay. Make sure my angle is right. I can cut this part off. Okay. Like this one goes up here for sure. Okay, so there's that. Next, this one, which is the kids and Aaron building. My sister, if you're looking for a cool gift for kids who love to build, who are like little engineers, my sister found this really cool kit at the Home Depot. And it's it's like a building kit for cardboard boxes. So it comes with screws and a cutting thing and like hinges and all kinds of stuff. So you can take boxes, cardboard boxes, and turn them into different things. There's instructions for making, you know, like a dragon, or a house. What else did they have? This one I'm gonna have to do a little off the bottom. An airplane. They did a really simple one at my mom's house, or at my parents' house, that was to build a dog. And that's what this picture is. It's them making the dog. But it's really cool. It was a really, really cool gift. So definitely recommend that. And I'm sure if you don't have a Home Depot, maybe whatever home building kind of store near you, maybe they've got one in their brand. But it was really cute. And the kids loved it. I have a cardboard dog downstairs. They brought it home. Okay. Okay, so you get the dark red. Goes on you. And this one is also going to be journaling, some hand journaling. I think I had three tags designated for journaling on them. The prompt that I'm going to be telling this story with is, "This makes me feel merry," which is also why the title of the page is Merry and Bright. Just to tie that all in together. Okay, so there's that one. I think I'm going to do all of the edge ones, and then we'll do the center ones that are a little bit easier. So, because like this one goes in the center, I'll go ahead and trim it, but it's going to go into the center. Let's see if that fits. Yep, it does. Okay. So that's a center one. This is a center one. Okay, and this is a center one. So I've got pictures opening gifts. I've got pictures using, you know, or playing with the presents. I played a game. So Aaron got a board game from Axel and Haley that is kid friendly, or full a full family type of game. But he and my brother-in-law Axel decided to, I think they were setting up a game for adults to play. So to do like an adult game. And Jonah was begging to play the new game. So I was like, I'll play it with you, which is usually more of a dad thing. That's usually a more Aaron thing to do, to play games with him. But I was like, I want to do it because my focus for the day was to be present and to spend my time with the kids and with my family. So I was like, I'll play with you. And then as Jonah and I were playing the game, Izzy joined in, and then Aaron came over and snapped some pictures of us, which made me super happy because, as you guys know, he doesn't always do that. He doesn't always take the pictures of me. So I was really excited to have a picture of me interacting with the kids. Totally made my day. Okay, so this one is going here. So this is unwrapping gifts. Trying to position this in here as best I can. Now this one, the hole is off of the paper. So I'm not going to be able to use a brad this time to make it swivel. And we're going to have that problem up here as well. So what I'm going to do is just staple it on there and make it so that whatever's on top can actually flip, you know, flip down. Okay, I think I'm going to use this as a template. So for this one, I'm going to use that transparency that says, oh, what fun, oh, what fun, oh, what fun. I'm going to put it onto a tag here just so I can make sure it's positioned or it's trimmed where I want it to be trimmed. And then I'm going to cut it down. That's going, I just wanted to make sure that the sentiment was going to show up, that I didn't somehow cut off half of the words. This layout was a really fun one to design on the computer because it allowed me to just bring over all of my stuff and figure out where everything could go. All right, so I'm just going to staple this, I think, right underneath where the hole would be, and then it can be lifted up. But also you can see through it because it's plastic, right? So you can see through that a lot better than you can, say, with vellum. All right, so that cuts that off. And then I wanted to add my date to this. It's just a little half circle. It says December 17. And I'm going to put it right here underneath the sentiment, like that. And that gives me my number. So then we've got number, journaling, embellished, you know, not embellished, but whatever, not embellished, journaling. Next, up here, I want to use a piece of the gold. And then I also, maybe I should do, let me think about this a minute. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do the other photos in the middle here first. So that way I can get them where I want them to go. So, okay. This one of the kids pouting. Pouting because I asked them to take a picture for me, and that's the face that they give me. They're definitely, you know, you could definitely tell that they get their pictures taken all the time. All right, so there's that one. This is going to be one with journaling. So we'll add the brad. Push that down. Okay. And then this is the picture of me playing the game with the kids. Uh-oh, did I just come to the end? Really? Really? All right. Time for new tape. Okay, so I'm gonna wind this super tightly. I did last time and it seemed to work out okay. And let's hope that works. Okay. Okay. Okay, playing with the kids. This is going to be another one of the gold. And for this one, and turn this to position it. Where do you best go? Like right there. Okay. Okay, this one I'm going to add this merry mess to. So I feel like that kind of goes. Put it right here at the bottom. Okay. And then this one is my mom, Axel, and Haley, and then my grandpa, who also came to do gifts with them on Sunday as well. Love sneaking in a picture of my grandpa. Okay, and this one is going to be another gold one. But this is actually going to be my title piece. So I've got this Merry and Bright, and I think I don't need that. I also wanted to use a piece of the, this garland. So what I think I'm gonna do is just kind of cut down the garland a little bit here, like that, so I can layer it underneath. Okay, so we're doing roller tape. Hopefully that will hold it good. This is an older piece from Colorcast Design. I think I got it last year. I didn't get anything new this year because I already had a lot left. And, you know, trying not to do too much bulk, but I wanted to get one of the acrylic pieces in. So this one will do. All right, so we're going to build it into a little cluster. And then add that into the tag. I think like that. Okay. And then that's going to go right here. Gives me a pop of green. Okay. All right, so there's those. Now I've got just the top ones to go. Also, this tag here that says this merry moment, again, you know, my theme is this makes me feel merry. So I want to add this over top of the Simple Joys of December just because I don't need quite so much gold foil, I think. So I liked the idea of using the tag on top of the tag. I thought that was kind of cute. So I'm going to stick that on there. And then what do we have left? So I'm going to do gold foil. I want to add a little bit of this garland up here as well, just to tie in more of that garland. And I can staple through this since, you know, there's no swivel part at the top there. So then I can cut that off and cut this off. Okay, so there's that. Joy is another one that I wanted to put up here. Now, I need to remind myself, there you are, how wide you are. So these are 2 1/4. 2 1/4. So I'm gonna cut this down to 2 1/4, but I want to leave, I think maybe right here. And then the part that I want is the part that actually says Joy on it. Okay, so I suppose I should see how wide are you? Another 2 1/4. So I think I'll go. So where's 2? 2, 2 1/4. Should be good to go right here. And I also just want to staple, actually no, because on top of you, I'm going to add this wood veneer. So it'll be that with that. And yes, it will be cut off, but that is okay. And then I can use some tape to actually hold this on. Okay, so we've got here. Like that. I'm going to use some heavier duty scissors for this since I'm cutting through plastic and wood. Okay. All right, what else do I have? I have a little piece of this one that I wanted to put up here, so I think what I'll do is use this last vellum tag as a template to cut that. It's going to go right up here. There's not a thing to, I'm just going to like, who knows, I might be able to find another use for that at some point. So like these two things I will keep. This is going up here. I'm going to staple it on because there's no other way. And then this, I want to put here. I'm not going to do anything under it. And it doesn't really need to swivel, but I like that it matches the rest. So we're just going to add that on there. So we'll go here and awkwardly cut this tag shape. So awkward. Okay, there we go. Oh, and I missed this one down here. Okay, so right here, what do I want to do? Thinking I could probably just do this again. Then it would be in 3 spots. Let's do that. So, darn. Do I have any other tags that are cut to that same dimension? Not you. Like, are you the same corner? Close enough. Oh, where is like a, okay. we're just going to do this a different way. We're going to use this instead. So, because you are like that. There we go. Okay, put this back on. So then all I'll have left to do for this layout is to just finish up my journaling, and it will be done. I'd say the hardest part of this layout was figuring out originally, initially, I guess I should say, where I wanted to put everything. So where were all the tag shapes going to go? How did I want to embellish it? All that kind of stuff. Like slightly hitting it. Okay, there we go. Yay. Okay. So we did it. We've got it. So let's figure out how this layout and the one before it can go together and have everything function the right way. So, the fun part, right? Okay. So much stuff everywhere. Right, you can go, and you can go back here. And you are all garbage. Garbage. Yeah, I probably won't use you. And this I will keep. But none of this will I. All right, so. How do we do this? So, okay, Sarah, curious, what did you tell Izzy and Joan about why Santa came? Not with all the presents. Oh, so, we didn't celebrate Santa coming. So Santa is still coming to our house on Christmas Day. And the kids know that. So we just went over to do presents with my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law. Because they're not going to be here with us for Christmas. So it was just, they knew that they were just going to get some presents a little bit early from my sister. Okay, so here is my thought. It's like, okay, so if this is out, thinking maybe what I can do is how can I do this? Really have any super thin washi, or not washi, I wonder if I could just do, okay, so what if we put this one to the side for the moment? Let's put in this. So maybe instead of foam, because the problem is with foam is it's very thick. I don't have any thin foam tape. So what if I took some cardstock? Okay, we're gonna try something. This could work, or, could major fail, but we won't know until we try. So let's try it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I don't want this to be too thick, first of all, the page. And I want it to be fairly stable to the page behind it. So what I'm thinking is, what if I took like 2 pieces, well, maybe 1 piece of cardstock, and cut a couple of strips that are a 1/2 inch or so. So maybe see what happens if I do like 3. And then, because that's going to be, if I stack them together, that's going to be thinner than foam. But maybe will give me enough space. So if we do okay, so let's stack 3 of these on top of each other. Okay, and then cut this in half. I guess we'll see. And then I want to put it, you know, right next to the slot there. All right, we're gonna try that. So I need 1, 2, 3 times 3. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. That'll get me those 2 spots. One thing I actually really like about scrapbooking and scrapbooking in this way, where, you know, we're working on a layout, we're trying to get it done in a day. So we have time, we have some time to play with construction and problem solving, but also not a ton of time where, you know, I'm going to spend a week trying to make this layout work. You know, like I don't need to spend that kind of time on this, but I do love when you design something and you get to the table and you forget, you know, about something that you need to do. And in this case, it's, you know, how am I going to get these strips of journaling back into their slot? There's something really fun about scrapbook problem solving. At least for me, that's a part of the process that I really enjoy. It sometimes means that it takes more time to actually get it done, but it's a lot of fun. I feel like it will keep my brain young. Okay, so here's another 2. Oops. Okay. Okay, so there's that one. Oh, 2 more. Then we're all going to cross our fingers and hope this works. I might have to do this around the outside of it too. I hope not. I'm hoping I can stick these together and the 2 pages, I mean, and have it not be weird. We'll see. It does give me some really defined sections for where those paper strips will go. So it'll keep them straight. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, so moment of truth. Is this gonna work? I think it will. Okay, and I don't think it'll be too odd to have it adhered down. Like, it looks pretty flat on the table. It doesn't look like it's, you know, curved or anything. So I think it's gonna work. Let's do it. Let's just put them together. Actually, I'm not going to, because I think I want to take these off in order to journal on them. But we can pretend. So if tags are coming up next, and this is adhered onto here, you know, it'll be like this. It'll have a little poofiness, but that's okay. So then we can pull this out and I can press down and put them back in. Okay, friends, that worked. Yes. Happy dance. Yes. All right. So, yay, there we go. Okay, so I've got the 2 days that are now done. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that that worked. I'm so excited. When I adhere this down, what I'm going to do is, because this one's just going to be, you know, I got a journal on this, and then I'll take pictures of it and post it. But for this one, what I'm going to do is take these all out of their slots, and then I will add, I'll add adhesive here to the strips of the cardstock, and then I'll also put adhesive around the perimeter. So then when it sticks down, these are little alleyways for the journaling to go in between. I'm so excited about that. All right, so I'll read you the journaling for this page since I have that one done, and then I will call today done. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so here is what we got for observations from Friday. So I said, it was the guys' D&D night at Haley and Axel's house. I love listening to them nerd out. Now I just have to find where they go. Here we go. Then we've got Haley is just beginning to show. Her baby belly has just started to peek out. It's so cute. So there's that one. Look at you guys. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay. There's something magical about falling snow in December. We had our first snow of December today. So there's that one. This one says, I loved snuggling into bed with the kids, the dogs, and my sister for a movie night with popcorn. That's what we did in the evening. Then we've got the kids stick to Aaron like glue. They sat with Aaron while he played D&D for a bit. So there's that one. Then we've got, we visited Potter Park Zoo to see the lights. The snow made it feel super festive. And Dia and Minnie, so that's my sister's dogs. Dia and Minnie seem to be getting more used to the kids and vice versa. It's really nice. My kids are not, they're kind of afraid of dogs. So it's been an interesting thing for my sister to have two dogs that are still, one's still a puppy, so, and a huge puppy, huge. She's a lab, a yellow lab, and she's just enormous and is full of energy. and it freaks my kids out. So it's been good for them to be exposed to her dogs and for the dogs to be exposed to them. It takes some time and some getting used to. Anyway, I am super excited that that worked. So there is story number 16 and story number 17. Love them. Tomorrow, we're going to be back here at the same time as today. So 1 o'clock Eastern time. And I'm putting together 3 more layouts. So we're going to do story number 18, number 19, and number 20. So that is that. You guys, thank you. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey today of figuring out how the heck to make everything work. That was fun. I had fun. That was fun. I hope you had fun too. I will see you back here tomorrow. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Yeah, until then, bye friends.